I love being adjusted. There, we are live, baby. Thank you. We're talking all things magnesium, and I am getting StreamYard set up. But here is a random magnesium fact for the day. How about this? Let's talk Dead Sea salts. Dead Sea salts, right? They're so clean, they're pure, they're processed. Can we talk about that? Dead Sea salts are so dirty to start with. Raw sewage, chemicals, so many chemicals dumped in every day, even after processing. That magnesium, oh, I am putting my phone on airplane mode. Even after processing, that magnesium cannot be used. Shelley, would you pop that on airplane mode, please? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Even after processing, that magnesium cannot be used to make metal because it's not clean enough. And that's the magnesium that you might be using in your magnesium. If you are purchasing magnesium, and if you are like me and you want the long-term benefit and you want to build a strong foundation and you're tired of chasing symptoms, you have a cupboard full of supplements that you can't remember why you bought them and you still don't feel good, then join me. My name's Kristen. I'm a magnesium advocate, and I have been talking magnesium for over 24 years. And the beautiful thing, oh, I got that hair, it's gone. The beautiful thing about magnesium is because it's trending, more people are talking about it. The downside of that is people are talking about it that are clueless about magnesium. Let me talk with you about magnesium and cell saturation. And I think on the live today, it said, Kristen doesn't know what to talk about. And I don't have anything planned. I really want to connect with you. I want to share with you a couple of things that are happening today, and then we'll get back to talking about magnesium. It is the best sale. Is the best sell. This next 3 weeks, we have so many things planned for you, and oh, am I not live here? Oh gosh, I thought I was live on Insta. Do you see how it looked like it went live?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now our Insta friends are here with us. There are so many sales that are going to be happening over the next 3 weeks, and I miss having a shop that people just walk into and I get to connect and talk with. So for locals, we have recreated a mini version of that shop, and we are here Monday through Friday from 10 until 5:30 that you can pick up your order. And when you do, there's like $50 worth of gifts for you. How exciting is that? And I have a whole basket. Team had to make me a basket because sometimes I give away too much. So these are my boundaries. You know, we all need boundaries. This is my boundary for today. Every day the basket will get refilled. So I have some olive oil. Oh my gosh, my daughter made me a salad yesterday that was so simple. And you know how sometimes the simplest things taste the best? This olive oil, it will not turn out with other olive oils. This is a permaculture olive oil. If you have a foodie in your life, someone who is focused on boosting hormones, olive oil has been shown to help with that. And this olive oil is grown in a permaculture system. It's processed on site. Did you know when they process olive oils, it gets sent to the processor? And even if the orchard was good, it gets mixed with all of the olive oils that processor is mixing. And so when the olive oil goes back to the bottling plant or the orchard, the vineyard, orchard, where you got it from, it's not even the olive oil that grew in that orchard. My husband walked fields and fields and fields. He's a permaculturist and an entomologist by trade, and he was looking for very specific things in Good Life olive oil. And this is on sale right now. This is on sale. Good Life, and I'll be giving one away today to a local who comes and picks up their package. here at 110. Now we're down where we used to be, where the wreath is. If you've been here before, or if you were here at the shop, when you place your order and you come and pick it up, I have a box full of goodies. But this olive oil is permaculture, so it has tons of plants that are shuttling nutrients, and it is grown. Oops, Shelly, I still have not got this down, and that is going crazy. What do I do? I have this really fancy camcorder, and it's supposed to, I'll try to stop it from moving. I think that should have locked it on, so it's not doing that moving. This olive oil is grown in a way that there is enough nutrients for the plants. So the salad, it's such an easy recipe. I'm just going to give it to you. It was so simple, but the flavors were incredible. And it's not going to taste the same with other olive oils. So if you do it with another olive oil and you're like, oh, Kristen, that's not good, it's because you're not using this olive oil. It was half lemon juice, half olive oil. And then it was romaine lettuce that she had chopped up, and some Parmesan cheese and fresh cracked pepper and a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of salt. That sounds so simple, but because everything was at its peak and so fresh, it was delicious, and romaine is so good for you. This olive oil, it's on sale, 25% off. And someone who's picking up orders today, their order that they purchased during my Calm Black Friday sale, maybe you could grab this out of my basket. And we are also, I'm refunding orders during the sale. I thought that would be fun. And then Shelly was so good, she helped me send an email. And today it's Rachel. I probably shouldn't say her last name, huh? Like Rachel K. Yeah, I'll just say Rachel K. And she's in Salt Lake City. If I gave the order number, if Rachel saw this, would that help, Shelly? Mm-hmm. Or yeah. Okay, so the order number was 103026. Shelly just refunded your order. Merry Christmas. It's Calm Black Friday. And this is my way of having gratitude. Gratitude that I found people that didn't buy into quick fixes and recognize that we need to build a strong foundation for our health, and that magnesium is the gateway to building that strong foundation. So in my basket of things I'll be giving away today, I also have our magnesium soak, which is on sale right now during Calm Black Friday. I don't buy into the Black Friday craziness. This is my way of showing gratitude to those people in my community, in this community, that, sometimes you try so many things that don't work, and then you feel like it's so expensive and you're tired of buying things that don't work. And so I will be gifting this in boxes in our orders of online. So if you get extra things in your box before you reach out and you're frustrated, I didn't buy this, was I charged? Because we have that happen a lot when I give things away. I need to come up with a sticker that I can put on it that says, this is a gift. I'll be gifting this in boxes today. I'll go back into shipping with Emily, and we'll just throw some extra things in. And for those coming in today to the shop, 953 West, 700 North, Suite 110, you'll be able to pick something from my love basket. And we also have some other gifts for locals who are picking up today that equals $50. We brought back two of our, let's see, I want it to be a surprise. Oh, I want it to be a surprise. How much do I give away? Okay, I'll just say this. Oh, here's some comments. Hello. Oh my gosh, this makes my day when people get on. And I realize some people are watchers. You introverts, I do not, no shame there. And I love it when people interact. Okay, my friend without Facebook wants me to ask this question, Alicia. I love that. Thank you for helping her. How does this magnesium help with sleep if there is no glycinate? That is a great question, and I so appreciate it. Bonnie, oh, you're so welcome. It is my favorite thing to do, to share about things I'm really passionate about. Oh no, Kristen, we're getting somebody who says when I go to order, it says pickup is not an option. That was on day 1 of the sale. We are working on that. IT, in fact, hold on just a sec. I'm going to text and take it off and put IT on that, because pickup should be an option. Oh, it depends. It's only for you. So I didn't want somebody ordering in New York City and having pickup as an option pop up on their screen. And so it's Utah and Idaho that has pickup as an option. So maybe that's the problem. We're going to go look at that on our end, Kristen. And then if you need to, reach out, please, to info@Living the Good Life. Let's go. Glycinate. I was going to quickly say hello to that one. And okay, Kristen, please reach out. This live isn't, I'm not going to help. If you would reach out, team knows more about that than I can talk magnesium, but the other stuff I'm kind of clueless on. So I have relayed that, and we'll get that figured out, because all Utah residents and Idaho should have that ability. Hello, Robin, should have that ability to have pickup as an option. So we'll get it worked out. Okay, so Alicia's friend wants to know, because have you seen the things on social media? I'm getting raffia basket on my clothes. Have you seen the things on social media that says, use this type of magnesium for this, use this type of magnesium for this, and this type of magnesium for this, and want to clear out your bowels and make them lazy? Use magnesium citrate. Yay! No, that's not yay, because it's a quick fix that causes long-term issues when you're, from my perspective. I'm not a doctor, not diagnosing, not telling you what to do. I'm sharing with you what has worked for me and what I've learned. And so, Alicia, as you talk with your friend, we always want people making the decision that's best for them. It's not appropriate for me to tell her to stop anything. The reason that I would not use magnesium glycinate is it doesn't match my goal with magnesium. My goal with magnesium is simple: cell saturation, because I want the interstitial space in my body, magnesium. I want it to be a magnesium rich environment. And then when you bring in the magnesium morning trifecta, which is early morning sunshine, because that determines how much melatonin you create for that day. That early morning sunshine helps your body to determine that. And then you add soaking in magnesium and walking, even 15 minutes of that, 15 minutes will help your body go into that place where restorative sleep starts to kick in. And so, because we're not going for a surface quick fix, we're going to the foundation of cell saturation. And a magnesium red blood cell test will measure your magnesium red blood cell levels. We're focused on interstitial, but the red blood cell levels match the interstitial levels. I was able to go to the Netherlands and meet with the doctor who is the cutting edge medical team of the Magnesium Institute, and he has approved my magnesium. And so the new labels will have approved by, and I'm so excited for that, because he doesn't give that to everyone. Even if you use the right kind of magnesium, he doesn't give that. He wants that education behind it, because my goal is simple: ending magnesium deficiency in 2055. Now, if you want to help me do it earlier, that's great. Share this video, talk with your friends. Magnesium, this is Calm Black Friday. It's the best time of the year to buy magnesium or stock up. It doesn't freeze. We don't want it freezing. It can handle long-term storage though. It's still usable after it freezes, but it's not the best for the magnesium. Okay. And so because I'm not looking at just a quick fix for sleep, Alicia, I'm looking at filling that interstitial space with magnesium and increasing my melatonin levels. And so a couple of things that we can do as we're filling that goal is taking a little bit of honey. Now that sounds like, oh, but wait a minute. And this will depend on your blood sugars. For some people, it would not be appropriate to take a little spoonful of a local honey. If it is appropriate for you, sometimes it's a matter of getting enough energy for your body to shut down everything. At the end of the day, I love to do a shutdown of my home. I love to do a quick sweep. If the counters, I love Fly Lady. If you're familiar with Fly Lady, it's finally loving yourself. And one of her concepts is you always make sure your sink is shiny when you go to bed. You can face anything in the day if you wake up to your kitchen clean. And it really does make a difference for me. That worked for me. And so your body's the same way. I feel better in the morning when I wake up and my house is reset for the day. It's ready to start. Your body needs to go to sleep at night, and sometimes it doesn't have the energy. If you're just too tired, it just does not have the energy to shut everything down and do that cleanup, that sweep up, a very oversimplified of what our body does for us at night. But a little bit of honey can actually help put people to sleep. But remember, healthy women have strong filters. And if you have a blood sugar issue, then taking a spoonful of honey could spike your blood sugars to the point that it's not good for you. And so please take that into account, or any other situation. I'm not a doctor, not telling you what to do, not prescribing, not diagnosing. You and I are just sitting and sharing. Oh, and if you want to be in my magnesium masterclass that I do, it's a little bit more intimate and we dive a little bit deeper. I would love to have you join that. And Shelly, could you throw the sign up again?
Yes.
For that? She's got it at the top, but sometimes if you've come on after, people have said they can't see it. So Shelly's going to throw a link again to the sign up. It's a free masterclass. It's always going to be free. I thought about charging for it. I'm not going to. And that masterclass, we just go a little bit deeper. We do more hands-on. I can see your face, which makes it easier for me to really fine-tune the subject matter that we're talking about. This next one is on my birthday. And so I don't know what I'm going to do fun, but we're going to do something very celebratory during our Magnesium Masterclass on December 2nd at, Shelly, what time is it?
11 Mountain Standard.
11 Mountain Standard Time. Would love to have you join us for that. And it only goes to email newsletter people. Now, if you're on the email newsletter and you're not getting that, newsletters have changed. It used to be you signed up for it got in your inbox. Now you have to show that newsletter. You have to show the software that you want that newsletter. And so when you sign up and you get it, open it, interact with it, send a got it, reply back to the newsletter. The more you do that, the more you're training that software to make sure that those emails land in your inbox. Because we have special emails that go out, and sometimes people just don't even get them because they haven't trained the inbox. And that can sound a little overwhelming, but it's take it in this kind of situation. When I go to my YouTube and search magnesium versus when I go to my husband's YouTube laptop and search magnesium, I get completely different resources than he does. I get really like scientific studies and that kind of thing. He doesn't research about magnesium. So he gets very surface level stuff. I've trained that algorithm to give me statistics, facts, science. And you have to do the same thing with email newsletters. You have to train it, open it, hit reply, say, got it, thank you, thumbs up. I hope I don't get these. I'd be sad. I'd look at why you were thumbs downing me, but I'd rather get a thumbs up. But that way you'll get all of those specials that we're doing and the magnesium masterclass and all of those things. Okay, there was a question on the olive oil. Oh, I love that. So over the weekend, it was a bit of a rough weekend for me. And over the weekend, the funniest thing, and I just thought was absolutely hilarious. The website, it said, clam your magnesium, or I think it was supposed to be claim. Anyway, it was just a funny little word thing. And Elizabeth just had one too on police oil. And then she laughed and said, not police oil, olive oil. So let me get to the question. Sometimes those little typos are so hilarious. I had one email I was sending. It was a big ask. I wanted to be a speaker for something. And so I'd done it so carefully and I'd had everybody look at it. I had like 5 or 6 people. Not one single person who looked at that picked up that at the bottom, I had typed living the hood life naturally. So sometimes typos can just make me laugh. Okay, so olive oil. Can you take it internally? Olive oil, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Karen, thank you for answering Elizabeth. Let me tell you this though. And tell me, oh my gosh. Okay. I will ask for help getting this followed through on because I think you're going to want this recipe. My hot chocolate. I was able to get up to like almost 50 grams of protein and it tasted like hot chocolate. Had some olive oil in it too, because studies are showing that all of the type 2 diabetes onslaught for our children are getting type 2 diabetes, not just adults. Our children are getting type 2 diabetes. And, we got told sugar. And absolutely, sugar is inflammatory. But now we're learning at a deeper level, it's the oils that we're eating, and the cell wall is what sends out communication, the cell wall, and that's made up of fats. And if you're eating junky fats, then you have junky cell walls that aren't communicating well, and that's a bigger component than what they thought about type 2 diabetes. And so making sure that you're getting olive oil, and I don't have words. If there is someone online that has used this olive oil, please help me describe this olive oil. It is fresh. It is herby. It has a little bit of pepper at the end. It's amazing. And our favorite dressing for vegetables, salads, that kind of thing is half fresh lemon juice and half olive oil, a touch of black pepper, even less salt, and any fresh herb that you have, chop it up really, really fine, put that in. Sometimes we let it stay in. Sometimes we drain the olive oil through and just macerate it to get the flavor. Basil is incredible in it. It is incredibly simple, but because you're using such quality foods, it's just music in your mouth. I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah, living the hood life, Karen. That was, I didn't laugh in the moment on that one. It took me a little bit to laugh. This is 25% off, 25% off. And locals, I would love for you to come pick it up. We also have some samples that I'm giving away. And if I were to sell these samples, they would be between $4 and $5. That would be my cost on them. And so I'll be giving these away. The reason I love these samples, let me go into this one. The reason that I love these samples, have you ever gotten a sample and one of two things happens? One, there's like that much that you can use once. Or number two, there's a ton of it, but then you have this open package and you don't have any way for it not to spill. And so I'll leave it up in like my bathroom. I wanted samples, number one, that had a hefty amount of product. And I wanted samples, I don't know if you can see on there, it has like a Ziploc top. And I leave this one and the muscle cream in my purse with that Ziploc top. Now, I've never had an issue, and I've got purses that I've invested in that meet my needs for the business, beautiful leathers and things, and I would be really sad. I haven't had an issue with it spilling. If you're concerned, you could put it in another little container, but that's why these are more expensive, because it's a lot of sample and it has that little Ziploc, and Team does an amazing, amazing job. Oh, okay, Elizabeth, the bone broth is in my hot chocolate. I'm going to get that recipe to people. I'm going to get it out. I do better if I get a big boost of protein in the morning. And in winter is just such an easier time to get bone broth in. And I am a bone broth girl. It's a good fit for me. May not be a good fit for you if you're not breaking down your histamines. But if you're not breaking down your histamines, that started because you're low in magnesium. Studies have shown, I'm not the doctor, not diagnosing. Studies have shown. And we need to get magnesium, soaking that magnesium. It's Calm Black Friday. It's my gratitude sale. And remember Rachel K? Shelly just helped me refund your order. Emily picked it and Shelly helped me to refund it. And so we will be doing that throughout our Calm Black Friday sale. I have some things that I'll be giving away. Desiccated liver. I have to tell you on this one, we've started adding on the newer labels. If it has my approval, it has KB. It's like, this is approved. This is something I will give to the people that I love the very most. My husband had gone anemic. We need to talk about that because anemia is not a diagnosis. It's a symptom of something else. Tell me if you want to talk about that on a later one. This takes a lot of hydrochloric acid to break down. A lot of people, if they take 4, they will burp or their stomach. And it's not the desiccated liver. It's that they don't have enough hydrochloric acid to break it down. So my husband could, he's okay with that. Oh, anyway, someone that I know that I love very much. I should have said it that way instead of my husband. I need to make sure I'm keeping those boundaries. A person that I love very much that's close to me was anemic. And he was told to take iron pills. And iron pills are made from heavy metals. And then your body wants to protect it from the heavy metals, and it constipates most people. And so I wanted him to go to whole food form iron. And he could only do 1 pill a day. And 2 months later, his iron levels spot on. And he wasn't low, but he was middle. It wasn't just slightly. He was in the middle. And 2 months just taking 1 of these a day. Now, I'm not promising those results for you. It would be inappropriate because I don't know what's going on in your body. I am telling you the iron levels in this desiccated liver are amazing. It's grass-fed and grass-finished. And the whole food vitamin B is through the roof because I've worked with the people who process this. They process my batches slower. When you process at high heat, you burn off the nutrients. When you process, you pack out more product though, and people can make more profit. I have to make profit, run a business. There's nothing wrong with making profit. How I make that profit is very important. I want them running it slow. So I do have to pay more, but because they run it slow, it has more available vitamin Bs in whole food form. When you're tired, if you don't have enough energy, usually a part of that situation is not enough B vitamins, which this has. I'll be giving some of this away today in my little basket. Can I show you this one? Anybody remember this? My daughter pulled off a miracle and we're gifting these. Or, oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, it's gone. Oh, shoot. Anyway, imagine this in green and it says winter fig. Anybody remember that? Now, it's a little bit different winter fig than what we've done before, but it is delicious and divine, and we're gifting those to people. And it's our way. It's my family's way of saying thank you. Over 20 years, over almost 24 years now, I've had the privilege of of talking about my passion for magnesium and being a magnesium advocate. And thank you for being with me on this journey. As I've come together with so many of you, I've realized that healthy women are connected women, and I've loved being connected with you, sometimes through email, sometimes through you using the product, sometimes face to face, just all sorts of different types of connection. Karen, Winter Fig, we had team that were like, yeah, if we walk out with 10 bottles, is that considered a bad thing? Because everybody loved Winter Fig. And I have to tell you, I am not sure how my daughter pulled this off. But she did. She pulled it off, and it's our gift. These are not for sale. It's only when you place orders and only while supplies last. Right now, it's with local pickup. It will get extended to online orders. We've just got so many things. And so every day there's a little bit of a different thing happening. So it's fun to see what happened on that day and what thing you got. All during Calm Black Friday, we are offering specials and would just love for you to stock up if that's a good thing for you. I love, the Winter Fig. It has a really rich vanilla to it. And then just a little, anyway, I don't even know how to describe that one either. Oh, Elizabeth, you will love the olive oil. You will just love. I'm going to hop over here. Oh, you know what? Thank you, G Gardening. Let me tell you this, on gifts, it lights me up to give them. And so in some ways it's not so generous. It just, I feel so good when I give someone a gift that I think is going to make a difference for them. So I get as much out of it as the person receiving. I probably get more. And so it's a way that it's a little dopamine hit for my brain of earned dopamine. Oh, you know what? That is incredibly kind of you to share that my story helps. I tend to not share my story a lot, and I need to get it in fact, I'm working on a book. Ever since I went to the Netherlands, I realized I need a book, and people have asked for it for years and years, and it just wasn't the right time, but now it is. And especially as my goal solidified, ending magnesium deficiency in 2055. And there's a lot of things I'll be sharing in that book about the journey. And I will be asking some people that were with me on that journey for their perspective. And so the book will be my perspective, which is very different than other people who were on that journey with me as that process happened. Oh, Karen, I will. It tastes delicious, Karen, and it is loaded with antioxidants and healthy fats, and it tastes just like hot chocolate, and it's delicious. And so, yes, I will be putting that together and putting it out in my newsletter. I'll have to break it down because here was my thought on it. Not everybody might not have all the ingredients on hand, so maybe there's a couple levels of upgrade. And the first upgrade is just adding a couple things to the hot chocolate you already make. And then the end upgrade is you're making the whole formula, but on busy mornings, you're just doing one of the upgrades because it's just so yummy. It's so yummy. Okay, I want to go down over here on Instagram. Sometimes I forget. Okay, I don't. Do you have questions about magnesium? Like when you soak, how long you soak? Oh, you're so welcome for the bonuses in the newsletters. I really want those newsletters to be of worth when you open them. And that's my focus. And there's a little bit of fine tuning that I'm going to be focusing on in the newsletters. Anyway, yeah, just some fine tuning that I want to do. And I will share the hot chocolate recipe that is so loaded with so many different antioxidants, and that's another reason why I love the cocoa and cream. And this is on sale also, Calm Black Friday. One of the reasons I love the cocoa and cream so much are because of antioxidants. This has cocoa absolute. And the reason this was gone for so long is I couldn't get my hands on the cocoa absolute that was truly beneficial. I could get my hands on cocoa absolute that smelled good, but I couldn't get my hands on cocoa absolute that was through the roof on the ORAC value. So let's talk a little bit about this. I'm talking this to, well, maybe, I don't know, should I hold both? This is easier to hold. I want people to see the product. Anyway, the cocoa absolute, we know blueberries are high in antioxidant level. A store-bought blueberry is the lowest. A wild blueberry is the highest, couple thousand. The ORAC value determines the level that it can do with protecting what's been oxidized on your skin. So we wake up in the morning in our home, our skin starts to oxidize. We want things on our skin that protects. And the higher the ORAC value, the more protection that can give your skin. Are you ready for this? We know blueberries are high, right? We know blueberries are high. There are a couple thousand on the ORAC. This is over 100,000 on the ORAC score to put on your skin. It's incredible. And the smell, I think this one's open because I had somebody smell it. Oh, it's not open. But the smell, when you smell the Cocoa Absolute, it actually increases your endorphins, helps mop up cortisol. So let's say you've had a really stressed out day and your body has taken your hormones that are needed, taken from the building blocks of your hormones that we produce hormones, and taken those building blocks and turned it into cortisol, which makes it hard to sleep. It gives you a poochy tummy. It makes it that your muscles start to sag, your skin starts to sag. Those are all signs of cortisol issues. When you smell Cocoa Absolute, studies show if it's been processed correctly, which this has, when you just smell this, it increases serotonin. It increases dopamine in an earned way. Now let's talk about what an earned way is. Earned way is, for example, if I'm on my phone and I am just scrolling, let me go to a real thing I would scroll. Let me put the volume down. Let's say I am just scrolling. I'm getting little dopamine hits every time I scroll on that phone, but they're not earned. It's like candy dopamine. And then our dopamine receptors get burned out and they get just fried. And then our brain doesn't work as well. When you take action and then get dopamine. So for example, when I give someone something, I get dopamine, but I've taken action. So that's an earned dopamine. And that earned dopamine is what truly relaxes us and helps us step into active gratitude. When we're relaxed, we're creating from here instead of being stressed out from here. And the Cocoa Absolute is from France. I got some beautiful pictures of this bottle while I was over in France, because that's where the Cocoa Absolute comes from. And it has magnesium. Now, before it didn't have magnesium, now it does. So the combination of the two, the Cocoa Absolute and the magnesium, this was one of the toughest formulations to get these two interacting well together. And the benefits and the synergy that happens when you've got that Cocoa Absolute and the magnesium, studies show all of the benefits for your skin. And we know that we absorb magnesium through our skin. Well, actually, if you want to get really specific, it's through the sweat glands. And that's why when you're soaking in magnesium, especially magnesium that you purchased through our Calm Black Friday sale, best sale of the year, happening over this next 3 weeks, all sorts of different things are happening every single day, a little bit different. When you're soaking in magnesium, you have the most sweat glands in your feet. That's why we want to soak our feet. You don't have to get in the bathtub. You can, a quarter cup in a bowl of water, put your feet in, your sweat glands will uptake that magnesium. They used to say, oh, you can't uptake your magnesium. And there are studies out there that say that. But current studies show, why, yes, you can. And it happens through your sweat glands. And that's why I'm so excited that I've gotten the approval of the Magnesium Institute with my magnesium, because the education is critical. Help me share the word. If you'll leave a comment, share this post, tell a friend, hey, that Living the Good Life Naturally, that family-owned company that doesn't have like big corporate behind it. It's truly a family that's passionate about educating people about magnesium and providing the best magnesium possible. They're having their best sale of the year right now. It's a great time to buy it if you've ever wanted to try. And remember, if you're wanting to do that 30-day challenge, I will be doing the 30-day challenge. I'm soaking more often now until the end of the year. That's my plan. And then January 1, usually I wait until about the second week, but I've got a couple things happening that January 1 is the best date for me to kickstart my 30-day challenge. And if you're wanting to do the 30-day challenge, you'll want 2 of these. And we've put that when you buy the magnesium, but we've put it in several places and people still miss that. So please, if you're wanting to do the 30-day challenge and saturate your cells with magnesium and achieve magnesium cell saturation, because we know actually we want it in interstitial magnesium levels, but your magnesium red blood cell matches your interstitial levels. This is the magnesium your organs get. Now, the magnesium red blood cell test, remember, is not perfect. Oh, absolutely, Angela. Tell us again how you get signed up for the Magnesium Masterclass. And what I'll do is, oh, Lisa, I'm so glad you're here live. I'm so glad that you and I have connected. Do you have any questions, Lisa? We've just been talking. Today's live was a little bit different, where I am sharing things like we've got our lotions on sale, and it's the best sale pricing over this next 3 weeks, all the things that are happening. We've got some of our best offers that will happen on products that I just absolutely love and don't want to be without. And we've got, let's see, yeah, that one. We've got our magnesium, the olive oil, the cocoa and cream. The best pricing of the year is happening over this next 3 weeks. Lots of different add-ons and gifts and things that I'm sharing over this next 3 weeks, because this is my gratitude for you. Can I tell you about the very first well, at that point, I didn't call it Calm Black Friday. I just called it Black Friday. And my health crash had crashed my family financially. My mom and stepdad actually stepped in, and we would have lost our home when they found out how dire our financial situation was. And so I had a next door neighbor. I was making soap because I was out of the wheelchair and not having seizures anymore, but my body was I was under 80 pounds, and I was reacting to water, to anything that I was around. And so I was still really, really sick, even though seizures had slowed down after the second corrective surgery. And I was making soap and lotion, and my next door neighbor, I was sharing with everybody, because gifts are my love language, gardening. So I was sharing, like, look, I did this, I made this, do you like it? And she came over and said, I need to go to a baby shower and I want to take your soap and magnesium, but I can't take something and gift it when you've given it to me for free. I want to pay for it. Well, at that point, my kids, I couldn't do braces. We couldn't do piano lessons, the things that were really important to me to instill in my children. And it just clicked in my head. Oh my gosh, I could maybe help my family out financially by sharing this thing that I've learned how to make, that's helped my skin at this ultra sensitive time that I was in. And that's what started Living the Good Life Naturally. And so that first year I had 3 cents, and I had 12 of each of the 3 cents, and I stacked them in a row. I had a black You remember when high tables were the thing? My brother had given us a gift of the high black tables. It was square. I put those out. I stacked them out. People came to my home and I sold out. And I took that money, and it was my Christmas money for my family. And I was able to purchase some things to make for them to keep that tradition in our home that we had of sharing gifts with each other and what they truly represented. And that's when that idea, like, oh my gosh, there are other people. And then, so the business grew in the home. And my husband said to me one day, you've got to get it out of here. Sometimes we can't walk in the door, Kristen, because there's so many boxes of supplies that UPS has dropped off. You've got to move it. It's outgrown the house. And so we moved it to a little shop in, I believe it was in North Logan. Yes, it was in North Logan next to it was like a junk shop, a pawn shop. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a pawn shop. And we moved it there. And I continued to have Black Friday. And then something happened. Someone that I knew taught me a lesson. And I had a really good sale on a product that I purchased actually from somebody else. And I only had several, not because I couldn't. I was trying to create scarcity. That's all they had of this specific product. And she pushed someone and grabbed it. And I was like, oh, I am not about this. I want nothing to do with this. That was just not, I was so focused on what I was creating internally in my health, and it just was devastating to me. And so that the next year I wasn't going to do it. I said, no, I won't. I don't want to do it and have other people think that that's what I'm promoting and that's what I'm about. And I don't want to bring that out in people. And the bigger it got, we just had some issues. And that's when I started focusing on calm Black Friday. And I'm so excited, locals, if you want to come in today, I've got all sorts of things and I would love to see and connect with you. I'll be here most of the day. And I'm working out of where you come and pick it up at. And so hopefully I'll be able to meet most of the people that come in and connect with you and love on you and say hi. For those who are ordering and we're shipping it to you, you've got that sale price, and we've got some other little goodies that are starting to go out in the shipping. So we just have little surprises everywhere for you during this next 3 weeks. And they change a little bit depending on what day you order and when you get them. And so I hope that you enjoy the things that my family and team have helped prepare for you to help express gratitude to you during this time of year. Okay, there was a question that came in over on Instagram. Or maybe it was right here. Oh, I love that. Shelly typed it over. I knew I'd seen it somewhere, and Shelly had put it in the notes for me. So Janet asked, what levels should magnesium be? So Janet, this really is determined by the tests that you take. There are currently that are widely available to the public. There's more testing, but it's not available to the public. So currently there are 2 types of magnesium tests widely available to the public. And one is your serum. And that's what your doctor wants to look at. He wants to look at your serum levels if he's testing your magnesium. It's not one that he runs often because magnesium is so important to your body being alive that your serum, your body will pull from your organs, from your bones, from your brain, pancreas. It will pull from everywhere in your body to keep your magnesium blood serum at 1%. It will pull from everywhere. Well, by the time you get to that point that your body's not at 1%, you are super, super, super sick. And as someone who has had to rebuild her health, it's much easier to work on it before the problem starts. And so I'm not so concerned about my serum. I'll let the doctor look at that. My magnesium red blood cell is what I want to know about. And after meeting with the doctor at the Magnesium Institute and getting to have just that one-on-one time with him, I'm even more convinced about the magnesium red blood cell. Shelley, could you pop that link up to the magnesium red blood cell? Oh, she already did it. She already did it. It's popped up. So this is the test that I'm talking about, the link that Shelley just popped up. And it's the magnesium red blood cell. Now, it's not a perfect test. There is no blood work that is, okay? Because your body changes. And I think we need to remember blood work is not perfect. It's a snapshot in time. This blood test will not tell us or give us feedback about the level of magnesium in our bones. And to create a magnesium-rich environment, I want my magnesium levels to mirror the ocean's. Isn't that interesting? The ocean is 3 parts magnesium to 1 part calcium. And most people now are calcium dominant, and anywhere from 5 to 15 parts calcium to 1 part magnesium. And that's where we start to have problems. Bone spurs, heel spurs happen when we're calcium dominant. And so creating that magnesium-rich environment, the red blood cell test, magnesium red blood cell test, helps us know what's available to our organs. Now, to get even more technical, it's the magnesium in the interstitial space. But the magnesium red blood cell mirrors the magnesium levels in that interstitial space because there's not a blood test that shows that. And so the Magnesium Institute has done the premier groundwork, cutting edge research to show that the interstitial and the magnesium red blood cell mirror each other. And that needs to be 6.3 or above if, well, okay, let me back up and explain this. For years, I've been talking magnesium for almost 24 years now, okay? And the blood test when I started for magnesium red blood cell saturation was 6.3. That was the gold standard. Nobody reached it. And so they changed the standard. They said too many of our clients, there's just such a high percentage that we're dropping it to 5. I made the decision then because I was watching my clients achieve cell saturation. And we know if you're low in vitamin D, you had to be low in magnesium first. Low vitamin D status is actually a great way to tell your magnesium levels. If you have low vitamin D status, we know your magnesium is low because magnesium activates stored vitamin D into active vitamin D. And it's the active vitamin D that creates that foundation. And now more than ever, since 2020, I think as a world, we have learned about the role that active vitamin D levels are in our immune system. I want strong, balanced vitamin D levels between my stored and my active. And magnesium is a player in that package. And so when the labs, all of the labs decided collectively we're dropping the standard to 5, I didn't drop my standard just because America's getting sicker. And we are. We're sicker every year. Every year we're sicker. We haven't turned it around. We have all of this knowledge, right? We have more knowledge than we've ever had at our fingertips. It's action that you take. It's the action that you take. The number one thing I wish I would have understood, Janet, was that magnesium is needed to balance your nervous system. Your body doesn't heal in a dysregulated nervous system. That probably like 10 years, I would have gotten healthier so much faster if I would have understood that my body wasn't holding regulation well at all. And I'm still in the process of training my body and helping it to remember to stay regulated. And magnesium is the first and master mineral needed to regulate your nervous system. And when you have enough magnesium, nervous system regulation becomes easier. And so I stay at 6.3 or above. I wasn't willing to drop down to a 5. So there was a really long answer for a very simple question. I probably could have said 6.3 and been done, but I wanted you to understand the why behind it. And I wanted you to understand that that magnesium red blood cell test does not show your bone levels. Does not show your bone levels. There's several naturopathic doctors right now that I really admire. I absolutely disagree with them, though, that the magnesium, their take is you don't need to have your magnesium RBC tested. And so I talked to them, and because I really admire several of them, and I wanted to make sure the information that I was sharing was accurate, because we almost lost everything from my health crash. And I know what it's like to not have the money to purchase food, to be in food scarcity with a family because of a health crisis. And I do not take it lightly when I hold something up and say, this makes a difference, because I have been in that situation that there wasn't money. And the conversation basically went like this. Well, the pills I have that I'm selling them don't move that. So it's not really helping, because pills can't move your interstitial space of magnesium. Remember, if you were here in the beginning, we talked about dead sea salts that a lot of people are taking and filling a bottle with distilled water, sprinkling dead sea salts in it, shaking it, and saying, here's magnesium sea brine. That's a lie. You cannot take a salt, put it back into a water, and have it be the same as a sea brine. It doesn't work that way. And that magnesium from the Dead Sea, even though it's been processed, it's not even clean enough to be considered to be used in making metal. But you're putting that in your bath? That's not a good fit for me. You make the best decision for you. That is not a good fit for me. And making sure where you're getting your magnesium. So as I spoke with a couple of those doctors, and they said, well, the pills aren't moving that. Well, they can't, because they're processed. Just like a flake, a magnesium flake cannot move your red blood cell levels. And that matches that interstitial space. And that's the magnesium rich environment that we're on, that we're creating. If you're wanting a magnesium rich environment, or you walk around sick in a calcium dominant, but when you're calcium dominant, you react different. It changes your personality. When you are calcium dominant, you're more reactive, meaning you're ruining those relationships around you. You're not the person you were meant to be when you're walking around in a calcium dominant environment, when you're reactive. When you create a magnesium rich environment and you're soaking in magnesium, that's what helps that interstitial space. And yes, pills can give you benefit from magnesium. They can't move the interstitial numbers. And that's what I'm going for. Magnesium cell saturation. I will end magnesium deficiency by 2055. Right now, I'm doing it by getting on social media and saying, hey, best sale of the year is happening over the next 3 weeks with these products that I absolutely love. If you're having a hard time feeling the benefits from magnesium, add some desiccated liver. They go hand in hand. This helps you with this. B vitamins are a cofactor of the magnesium. Spraying your feet before you, okay, does the spray work the same as this? No, it doesn't. But negates everything that you've said previously to it. When you use the spray on your feet, I've done that because I didn't have the time to soak. And so living the good life naturally is not about perfection. It's about making it work for you and being creative in the moment and doing the best you can and saying, dang, Kristen, you did a good job. Instead of, oh, Kristen, you didn't have time to soak. Now you're not going to be healthy because you can't do all the things you're supposed to do to be healthy. You don't have to do to be healthy. That's not how it works, even though I got caught up in that for years. If you don't have time to soak, the next best thing is spraying this on the bottom of your feet. But it is not like uptaking this. And so is what I want to help people understand is adjust your expectations. This, even though it's the same product, the application is different and you don't get the same benefit. In fact, let me move. No, can you still hear me with the mic over there? Anyway, it was like right in my face. I couldn't show you. Same product. The only reason I sell it in this is because my husband wanted it to go like we have a backpack, emergency backpack that we have, and he wanted one in there and he wanted one in each of our cars. And the spray bottles that we were using kept clogging because it's magnesium chloride. So it is a salt and it clogs them, and it will clog this one, run it under hot water if it does. But the other sprayers, they were getting breaking and not working. And I wanted something that I could just refill. So wherever I wanted a sprayer, I bought one of these and then I just refill it with this. And I know a lot of clients do the same thing. Same product, different applications, different expectations. That's a great way to say it. Same product, different application, different expectations. We got this email last week. She soaked in magnesium and neuropathy wasn't gone. And so she wanted a refund and was very upset that I wouldn't give her a refund. The reason that I have that no refund policy is to protect those people who are putting the time in to soak in magnesium, because that refund policy gets spread out to the other products. She soaked one time and expected her neuropathy to be gone. That's mismatched expectations. So if you're using the spray and expecting it to do all the things that you hear me talk about, that's a mismatched expectation. The spray is an awesome option when there's just not time to soak or you just want a quick solution. I put this on my shoulders. I can get tight in here. And so on my shoulders, it's in my car kind of thing. And so living the good life naturally is about taking your power back and looking at your actions and your expectations. Because if they're mismatched, you have dysregulated your nervous system. You have completely dysregulated your nervous system if they are mismatched. And help doesn't happen in a dysregulated nervous system. So matching your expectations to your actions helps to keep that nervous system regulated. Ending magnesium deficiency by 2055. Those babies aren't going to be born magnesium deficient because their mamas are going to understand the role magnesium plays during the pregnancy. We're ending it by 2055. Somebody. Oh, I love that. Are hair tests for magnesium accurate? Absolutely not. And I will get slack on that. And here is my thoughts and opinions. I think we can still be respectful toward each other, even if someone else absolutely disagrees. I'm actually certified to do hair mineral analysis, and it is not where you test your magnesium levels. It is not, let me say again, hair mineral analysis is not where you look for your magnesium. I would not look for a new pair of shoes digging out in the flower bed. I will never find a brand new, beautiful pair of shoes. I would be wasting money, or not money, but time and energy to dig around in the flower pots out front and look for a new pair of shoes. I'm looking in the wrong place. Magnesium red blood cell is where you look for interstitial magnesium levels because it will match what's in the cell. And that's where you create a magnesium rich environment. It does not look at your bones and it does not look at your serum. And so that's where you need to make those decisions for yourself and say, what do I want to know about my magnesium levels? Do I want to know my serum's okay? Do I want to know my interstitial numbers? Is my goal with magnesium cell saturation, or am I just going to take a pill and get the benefits I get from the pill? But understand, Dead Sea salt, processed, magnesium flakes, processed, magnesium in a pill, processed, cannot move interstitial numbers. And I've shared this analogy before, but think about my mom getting old grain variety and fermenting, milling the grain, making the sourdough bread, letting it do long ferments. That is a completely different bread than a processed Wonder White bread. Completely different bread. And that's what magnesium flakes are to sea brine. And did you know America is the only country that does DIY magnesium oil? Because other countries understand you can't put the flake in water and make it do the same thing after it's been processed. It would be like expecting a hard-boiled egg to put water over it, shake it, and expect it to become raw again. It can't happen. And those flakes have been processed. So that magnesium that you're buying, ask them, is this a sea brine magnesium? Has this been reconstituted? Can I see the mine where this magnesium is coming from? Does it have Zextine inside on the back from the Netherlands? Now, they can say from the Zextine Sea because you can't trademark Zextine. It's like you can't trademark water. You can't trademark ocean. Zextine Inside is the only company in Europe where this mine is, the only company that's certified to pull and has the rights to get the magnesium from that mine. And it's the only one that is used, that is certified for topical use. The only one. The only one. And if I'm going to the time to soak in magnesium, I want the one that is the cleanest. I want the one that will get me to magnesium cell saturation the fastest. That's why I wanted to be in control of the supply chain. When I went to my husband and said, I want to buy magnesium in bulk, because the company I was originally using from, they started watering it down. And now I know, I'm meeting with Rianne, there was an import issue that year and they couldn't get magnesium into America. So they started watering down their magnesium and I wasn't getting the benefit. And I wanted to be in charge of the supply chain. And just like this desiccated liver, I can't get more of it. Once this is gone, I'm working on sourcing more. Once this is gone, I won't just go grab some, put in a bottle and sell it to you. I want optimal going into my body. It has to be optimal. Optimal. Never below 31% elemental saturation. Now, it usually is higher, but never lower. I've refused batches. We look at that on every single batch. And because this is from a sea brine and it's not processed, it has the original cofactors that go along with it. So if you're like me and you want your body to mirror the ocean's balance of magnesium, we need minimum 3 parts magnesium to 1 part calcium. Some doctors are saying with our current lifestyle, we want 4 to 5 parts magnesium to 1 part. Walking away from calcium dominance helps build that strong foundation. Oh, my husband's on. Hey, honey. I love you. I just barely saw him, Kristen. Oh, he's answering. Oh, Morgan's answering questions. I love it. Thanks for your help, babe. Okay, let's see here. Well, here's one that I missed. Margie, I don't know if you're still on because this question came in a bit ago. I have a question. I have fibromyalgia. What kind of magnesium can I use for pain? Okay. I'm not a doctor, Margie, and I I never, and if I have ever come across that I'm telling you what to do, forgive me, because that's not my place. I get excited about things that I know work when I see it work in person after person after person after person. And I think for several years it came across like I was telling people, and that is inappropriate. Always do what is best for you and your fibro. You full on, the journey of creating help is about full on accepting how powerful you are. Our thoughts, our words, our actions drain magnesium or help us hold on to magnesium. I'm going to share with you some things that I have done to help my family when there's been constant pain. And let me say it this way. The level of pain that fibro can cause etches away at the very soul of who you are, in my opinion. It's constant. It's never ending. It's always there. And because you don't, quote, look sick, people don't recognize how lousy you feel. Here's the role magnesium plays in pain, but I'm talking this magnesium. I'm not talking cream or spray. I'm talking sea brine, undiluted, not processed, original cofactors, not from flakes. Ask your magnesium person that you're buying it from, is this reconstituted from flakes? Because reconstituted from flakes is not the same as sea brine, and it won't move your interstitial magnesium levels. If you're like me and want your magnesium levels to match the ocean, this is what I'm talking about, Margie. Soaking in magnesium has been shown to help the pain center close. The pain center is opened with calcium and closed with magnesium. Oops, those movements are now moving when I talk with my hands. If I sit on my hands, Shelly, I don't think I can say a thing. I'm going to try. I'm going to sit on my hands and see if my brain can still work. I don't think it's in my DNA, but I am moving that camera everywhere. When you have pain and you're calcium dominant, which pain, you lose magnesium faster because of the pain. So you have a higher burn level because of that pain. And then calcium takes over and you're in pain and you don't have enough magnesium to close down the pain center even when the pain is gone. And so because of the calcium dominance, the pain center excuse me, I went to drink in my water and I had to clean my water bottle and it was like disgusting. So I don't have water. Anyway, so the pain centers stay open and they're still communicating to your body, to your brain, hey, there's still pain here, when in actuality, the pain is lessened, but you don't have enough magnesium to shut down the pain center. Moving those studies have shown that moving your magnesium levels with interstitial magnesium levels, what I was talking about earlier, helps to regulate the pain center. Now, I am not saying, and sometimes I feel like that if you're old enough to remember Ron Popey, I'd sneak up late at night to watch the shopping channel. And he did, what was it called? Was it infomercial? I think it was an infomercial. And, it slices, it dices, and it does everything. Ron Popey. I never bought anything off that, but I love to watch him. And sometimes I'm like, oh, Kristen, you sound like Ron Popey. And I don't want to sound like that. I am not saying you soak in magnesium and all your pain is gone from your fibro. I am saying that building a strong foundation and creating a magnesium-rich environment, Margie, will help your pain centers shut down when they're supposed to. And it will help your body relax. Magnesium has been shown to help mop up cortisol. We talked a little bit earlier about just smelling a good chocolate, Cocoa Absolute, just smelling it helps with serotonin and neurotransmitters and gives you a little dopamine hit too when you smell it. And I'm not saying that your pain, you'll soak and your pain will just disappear. I know many women who have been diagnosed with fibro, and it works with men too. I just focus on women. That's my focus. I've learned that if a woman feels good, she wakes up and she starts just changing the world around her. And we need more women actively doing that. We need women. I need you waking up feeling so good that it's not, oh, I need 5 more minutes of sleep. It's like, oh, I am taking this action to follow through on this idea. And that's what changes the world. When we connect as women, when we're healthy, we make a difference in the lives of children. And that's why my goal is ending magnesium deficiency in 2055. And Margie, that fibro is slowing you down from being who you were really meant to be. And those ideas and what you create and how you create it. Many women have shared with me that their pain is gone, but other women have shared with me completely gone. Other women have shared with me it's made a huge difference. I don't know what it will be like for you because fibro has a complexity to it, and your complexity is your body's. Is my husband still on here? I've talked about it before. I think he's okay with it. He's had double amputation. So he had one amputation and then the other leg. And so he's a BTK, below the knee, double amputee. Pain, like I've never seen before pain. I'm not saying he soaked and his pain from his amputation was gone. I don't know what level of pain is. I do know, and studies support, that magnesium helps mitigate and close that pain receptor. And it's been shown to reduce inflammation. And reducing inflammation is a key part of managing fibro. So I hope that helped, Margie. I hope that as you bring layers together, it gets you feeling so good that you wake up in the morning and you're not thinking about pain. You're thinking about the things that you want to create and the people that you want to love on and making a difference in your corner of the world. Okay, let's see. Oh, you're so welcome, Janet. Shelley's linked that test several times in the feed. Okay, so I'm going to hop over here and just, oh, and her, oh, how long ago? Okay, anyway, for some reason our Instagram disconnected. And so we've still got YouTube and, you guys, did you just see what my husband, so I talked about his double amputation. And so he just put, I've been defeated. And if you don't know my husband, anyway, that's just, yeah. Julie, the hot chocolate recipe, I am going to take some time and work on that because I want it to be different levels. You might not have all the ingredients to make it immediately. And so I want to share level 1, that you could just take whatever hot chocolate you've got in your pantry and upgrade it a bit. And level 2, you could upgrade this and that. And so it is such a game changer that I want to play around with my daughter. She went to culinary school and just has a natural gift at flavor profiling, and we'll get it exact. We as Bowens cook with a little love, and my heart says this, and this smells really good. Ooh, put another pinch in. And that tends to drive people crazy when I send out recipes like that. So Megan and I will work on that to get exact to what I've created, because I'm not the first one to do that, but how I'm doing it. And so it takes a bit to get all of that put together, but it's a high priority for me because it is incredible. So it will go out to my newsletter. Oh, and Morgan just also, after I've been defeated, after I shared that he was a BTK, below the knee, he also said it helped with post-surgery cramping. And remember, when you have surgery, your magnesium levels drop. the anesthesia drops your magnesium levels. And so there are times that you need to go back and do a 30-day reset with your magnesium levels if you're wanting to keep that cell saturation strong. And my goal is that mine is as the oceans is, that I'm mirroring what nature has given us, 3 to 5 parts magnesium to 1 part calcium. And calcium, if your vitamin D is low, you are calcium dominant. And so changing that, building that strong foundation is what living the good life naturally is all about. And that starts with soaking in magnesium. And this next few weeks, the sales, the gifts, the thank yous, the gratitude that we have for you is through the roof. And I'm excited to refund orders on my lives. I'll be refunding orders. Rachel in Salt Lake, we refunded yours today. And I've got some gifts here for those who show up live. Somebody will be here till 5:30. I'm going to take a quick lunch break. I'll be here most of the day. Would love to connect with you here at 1:10. Oh, hello from Emmett. Could you please remind me how to increase uptake? Let me click on that. Oh, where'd it go? The things move. Oh, how to increase uptake of the magnesium soak. My RBC is 6.1. I like to start with the simplest solutions because I think in our desire to create health, we can get stuck. And we tend to look outside, all the research that we have, we look outside of our body. And in actuality, we need to look inside. So the first place that I would look is, where is my hydration levels? Where is my hydration? Am I drinking enough water? Because magnesium is hydrophilic and it does not move as well in a body that's not hydrated. So that's the first place that I would look. And most people are not hydrated. And 1 day of dehydration takes you 5 to 7 days to course correct. So, it's not, I'm dehydrated, drink a glass of water, and now I'm caught up. It's more of a process than that. Our bodies are beautifully intense and layered. And to match that, it's not just a simple, drink more water. Another thing I would do, if appropriate for you, because it wouldn't be for everyone, depends on the medications that you're on, how much salt you get in your diet. A pinch of salt on your tongue or in your water drinking, the salt will help put the water into the cell. So think of it like a truck, just driving the water into the cell. That could be the very thing that needs to happen. Another thing that you could look at is adding taurine, simple amino acid, but it's powerful amino acid. You take too much taurine for your body and you can tank your thyroid levels. And I don't want to tank my thyroid. And I think sometimes we forget that everything works together. Everything is connected. And when we do one thing, it's not just one path. Everything's connected. Everything is connected. And so making sure that if you do opt to take taurine, you're taking it at dosage that's appropriate to you. Remember, I'm not a doctor, not diagnosing, not telling you what to do, sharing my passion of magnesium soak during my Calm Black Friday sale. Great pricing over the next couple of weeks. And it's my way of saying thank you to those people in this community that are on the journey with me of creating or maintaining their health. I would look at levels on taurine. I would look at 500 as a starting dose, and 2,000 milligrams would be a maximum dose. But man, oh man, a lot of people would have a hard time with that 2,000, and we don't want to tank thyroid levels. Oh, how did you walk in here though and not be on screen?
I just hugged the
you
wall.
hugged the wall. So my daughter just walked in. Shelly texted Megan and said, "Your mom needs water." And all of a sudden I had this water bottle right here. And I'm like, because she's back in, you don't want to be on screen. Yeah. She's back working. She's back working. She's the one. Oh, that face right there. Oh, here it is. I missed it. I missed it. That beautiful face right there is the one who created Winter Fig for you and Candy Cane. And you can't buy these. You only get them during Calm Black Friday sale. And it's while supplies last. And it'll be a little bit different toward the end of the sale than it is now. We're just doing lots of fun, different things. Oh my gosh. So Kristen and Karen are both like, hi, Megan.
Aw, tell them hi.
So she said, tell them hi, but I didn't even see her come in on camera. And all of a sudden I had this water. I'm not drinking well. Till down my chin. Oh, Angie, hello from Idaho. Is there an at-home test for magnesium? Oh, Angie, I have a lot of things people send me. Most of it I don't even use after I look at the back, but there are some things that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to use that. And if I love it, I'm going to share it. And they sent me like pea strips for magnesium levels at home. And I'm like, this is brilliant, but it's not brilliant. Every minute that, like, they sent me a ton of them so that I could test, because obviously they wanted me to talk about it, and then people who use magnesium would buy it. Not reliable. The concept is fantastic, but it needs more science behind it. I could test and test high, and then 2 minutes later, I could test and test that I had no magnesium. So I am looking for tests, and I actually think they're not selling anymore because they were backed by a huge investor. So they'll probably come back anyway. But currently, as of today, I am not aware of a urine strip that is consistent. And if I'm putting the time, energy, and money into maintaining or creating health, I want feedback that's solid data, depending on when you were born. I want feedback that's good. And currently the pea sticks are not. Now, if you're out there and you've made some and you love them, send them to me and I'll see. Okay. So your husband teases you saying, can you, and I'm not going to say that word just because I don't want to get the video flagged. Can you take too much magnesium since you soak every night? Now, there's been no documented case of someone taking too much magnesium by soaking, because it's a different process than a pill. But number one, I don't want you wasting your money. So my company is about selling you the best magnesium and then me teaching you how to use less of it. The two parts to my company. And this part doesn't have like this visual. I need like a sign that says, wait, let me teach you how to use less. So I want to help women understand what they need to not have to soak every night, because personally, I want to be out there doing other things, and I want to focus my time, energy, and money on other places. I'm very much a minimum input, maximum output. Now, if you enjoy soaking every night, do it. You could come to a point where your potassium might, that it's not doing and giving you full benefit. And so personally, I would test to see where you're at. And maybe you could get to the point where you're putting, not with the magnesium soak, because it's not a good fit, but you're putting like some clay or something like that in the water. So you still have that tradition, because it sounds like you enjoy that. Like, think of when I had a dear friend, she's from Wales, and she always brings over this tea that is just incredible. And it's got like all sorts of herbs and flowers and these different blends from Llanelli in Wales. And I love their ritual of prepping that cup and thinking of her and drinking it. Like, just the ritual is calming. And it sounds like you have a ritual that's calming about the magnesium. I just want to make sure that if your goal is cell saturation, if we've met it, do we need to mitigate how much magnesium we're using? Is my only thing. But Angie, if it's helping and you're doing it, great. I'm very conscious of minimum input for maximum. Iodine returning. We are having a real issue and a real issue with we can't get lids that are keeping it airtight. It's not that they're leaking, but it's evaporating. And we are still working with different suppliers to find one. And we even went and had them change some things on it and did some prototypes. And until we can get that, I did find a glass it was actually in the Netherlands. And so I'm looking at using that one, but the cost, determining, because it is a small manufacturing company, it's a family owned company and it's smaller, which means they might not have the amount that I need to get it out. That can happen sometimes with my suppliers. And so here's the thing, I will sing it from the rooftop when it does, Kristen. I will absolutely. Okay, Lorraine, I am a type 2 diabetic. I'm working on lowering glucose levels. Could my glucose be keeping me from raising my magnesium levels? I've really lowered my A1C, so I'm hopeful my test blood work will show my magnesium. My first test was 5.1, 45 days later was 5.5. Oh gosh, Shelly, we're going to work on that so I really get this thing down so it doesn't make people nauseated. I didn't even move my hand that time. It was just my head. Yes, high blood glucose levels require higher A1C requires more magnesium. So your glucose and your A1C and your magnesium uptake and how you utilize the magnesium are absolutely connected. Hooray. I wish I had like some, I can't do that. It's going to move again. I wish I had some confetti that I could just spray up into the air and we would all just like move. We put some good music on that you are focused on your A1C, because bringing it down is incredible. That's a part of that magnesium morning trifecta is walking, bringing down that A1C, getting the glucose where it needs to go, getting those cells open and activated, soaking in magnesium, reducing the inflammation through the magnesium, utilizing that early morning sunshine. It's the most powerful tool I've ever seen to jumpstart women on their journey. The magnesium morning trifecta. Shelly is probably on her way to grab that blog post. And she can, Shelly, if you could grab that. And I have a blog post. I'm fine tuning it. I want it to have more details, but I do have one with just the bare basics of that. But absolutely, the better the A1C is. And Angie, remember, I'm not a doctor, not diagnosing. I want to make that boundary clear. Sorry, not Angie, Lorraine. Apologize for that, Lorraine. I just want to make sure that boundary is so clear. Okay, I think I got all those answered. Call Black Friday. It's happening now, baby. It's happening. Team has worked so hard to bring everything to you and to do some different things. And is Megan not amazing? She's amazing that she brought these back as gifts. And you can't buy these. We used to have these, and then we just ran out of warehouse space and had to limit what we did. But winter fig or candy cane might be a gift that you get. We've got lots of different things that are happening throughout the next 3 weeks, and it just depends on the day that you order. We're refunding some orders. I'm sharing some gifts to people who pick up here locally online, and it's Calm Black Friday. During this next 3 weeks, it's the best pricing of the year over these next, I think it ends December 3rd, ends December 3rd. Don't wait too long. Don't wait till the very end. Don't wait. And because I am going to be talking about it so much online, and because the emails that come in after, I didn't know. So I'm sending texts about it. I'm sending emails about it. You're seeing ads about it. I'm talking about it on my lives because I want everyone to hear about Calm Black Friday. And would you help me end magnesium deficiency in our country by 2055? If you could share this post, I would be so grateful. Or, share with someone that it would be beneficial for, that maybe they've wanted to soak, but the price was holding them back, because this is the best. This next 3 weeks is the time to do it. And it's on the website, livingthegoodlifenaturally.com. Don't forget about the education. I have hundreds of hours. Probably YouTube is the best place to go. I think it's easiest to find the lives there on YouTube. So there's tons of information there, and we do our best to answer questions online. We hired someone else to help us to keep up with those questions. It was just no longer feasible that I could answer all of them, but I do pop on a little bit throughout the week to answer those and connect with you. Thanks for being here. And remember, Calm Black Friday. Magnesium is happening now. And we've got our magnesium soak that's on sale. Our magnesium spray is on sale. Our new product, magnesium cocoa and cream. So it's got cocoa absolute and magnesium. We've got our muscle cream that's on sale. This doesn't go on sale very often. We have a hard time even keeping it in stock. I know when I share the cocoa and cream sample or the muscle cream sample, they're coming back because these are loved products and they are on sale. We also have the olive oil that's on sale, the permaculture olive oil with a beautiful long chain fatty acid. I use it as a finishing oil. I use it as a salad dressing. It's just a beautiful oil for those long chain fatty acids and the benefits that we get from the oleic acid. All of it's on sale during Calm Black Friday. It's my family's way to say thank you to you. We work to get ready for this, and team helps us. And I just hope that you enjoy maybe stocking up on the product, maybe trying the product for the first time. I hope that you enjoy that pricing that goes along with it. Undiluted from the zestine inside, never reconstituted from flakes, because the optimal goal of magnesium is your interstitial space in between your cells to match the oceans. And if you have low vitamin D, we know that you're calcium dominant. And so maintaining that balance of magnesium to your calcium, creating a magnesium rich environment, is the foundation. It's what opens the gateway and has been shown to activate your vitamin D levels. And once we start building that foundation, instead of chasing symptoms, creating health becomes easier. And then you go from creating health to maintaining health. And when you wake up in the morning and you feel better, your whole day goes differently. You're not in survival mode, regulating your nervous system with magnesium. And I would love for you to join me on my birthday. I'm going to celebrate. A lot of times I don't celebrate my birthday. And I'm just stepping in full on. I'm celebrating my birthday, December 2nd, and I am inviting you to come to my Magnesium Masterclass party. And we've got a confetti button somewhere, and I'm going to confetti a lot that day. And I would love to hang out with you and just go a little bit deeper into magnesium and regulating our nervous system and doing things and creating things that will help us as women to wake up in the morning feeling good, not hitting that alarm. Because when we do, we're more connected. And when we're connected, there's nothing that can stop us. We make a difference in the lives of children. We make the world a better place. And it starts inside with us focused on creating a strong foundation by opening the gateway of health and activating our vitamin D. And we need to be at magnesium cell saturation to do that. I will see you. Let's see, next live will be Wednesday. We've got a specific topic on Wednesday that I think you'll really enjoy. And the sale will still be going. So I'll be talking a little bit about that, answering questions as I can, as I'm able, and sharing what's helped me, and hopefully it will help you. My name's Kristen, founder and CEO of Living the Good Life Naturally. magnesium advocate for 24 years, helping people understand the importance of magnesium cell saturation, of creating a magnesium rich environment in our children. Also, oh my gosh, the lotion is on sale too. The magnesium lotion. This is a great one for kids or people who are really sensitive. Let me say, I can get in trouble for that one. It's anyway. Anyway, magnesium lotion's on sale too. Everything is on sale, and I'm excited for you to try it or to maintain it, stock up, or to start. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye bye.